Ladies and gentlemen, ProWrestling.me proudly presents the Boom Boom Room, and of course, I am the sexiest man on all of Internet Wrestling Radio. Try Boom Boom here, shaking room live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. Here I am in my room, ready to talk a little bit of wrestling, and what a crazy few days it's been. For me personally, okay, we had this fucking, huge storm come through the Richmond area on Thursday night. And I'm determined after this, I'm dying in my sleep. I'm going to get to the wrestling reviews in just a second, but I'm going to kind of explain maybe some of the reasons why I haven't been on as much as this huge storm comes through. And I'm determined I'm going to die in my sleep because I'm getting ready. I'm asleep because I'm getting ready to go into work. I had to go into work that early the next morning, so I was asleep. It was about 9:30. And all of a sudden, I hear this huge gust of wind. I've never heard a gust of wind that strong in my life, especially for just a regular, severe weather. And then I realized the reason why I'm hearing it is because my power's out. My wife comes walking the bedroom and is like, "Hey, the power's out. We got severe weather." And I'm like, "Yeah, oh, okay." That's how I know I'm going to die, because it'll be like, "Hey, boom, boom, there's a tornado outside." Well, fuck it. I've had a good run. I ain't getting the fuck out of bed. Oh, what's that creepy noise over there? Is that a mad burglar coming here to disembowel me with a knife? Well, fucking well, I ain't gonna get my ass up and check. Fuck that. So if I die, that's how I'm dying. I'm apparently dying in my fucking sleep. So I'll be here. Lies Boom Boom. His fat ass was too goddamn lazy to get the fuck out of bed. So I went into this fucking blackout mode. I lost power for almost a full 24 hours before we finally got it back. At the peak here in the central Virginia area, about 173,000 people lost power, including yours truly. So I was happy to get it back, and then things got back to normal for the weekend. And the first thing I checked out was New Japan Pro Wrestling. Man, they had their Dominion pay-per-view. Now, of course, if you want to get a review of that, I suggest going on the channel here. Coco did a nice little review of it. I think LK has already shared his thoughts, but I haven't, so I figured, hell, why not? I'll go ahead and put my 2 cents in for the jar. I like Dominion. I like New Japan. I like the matches. I just really am questioning New Japan's logic with their booking decisions. There was a... how do you put it? I'm sorry. I'm trying to put this place. I did like the event. I would recommend you go check it out. But to me, it's I would like to go backstage and ask Ghetto. Ghetto, man, what the fuck were you thinking? Because they were just 5 title changes on that card. And I think they were just changing titles just for the sake of changing fucking titles. Only of all those title changes that happened, I only agreed with one of them. Only one. And that was the Yuji Nagata versus Shibata match. I did agree with putting the belt back on Shibata. This whole storyline of, showing, we're going to, the old guard, you need to be respectful. We're going to beat some respect, and you're going to have to earn this respect. And, at the end, he does. Shibata, wins the championship in a hard-hitting match. And let me tell you something. The guy's at least 50? That guy was hit. Dude, I would not want to fuck with that guy. I mean, fucking head-butting Shibata right in the fucking chest and the fucking jaw. Fuck. Anyway, they got the change, and Shibata did his bow. I was cool with that. I was also cool with the veterans earlier beating the young Lions. I was completely cool with that. But then we just get into this fucking... It was Ghetto was became goddamn Oprah Winfrey. It's you get a title, you get a title, you get a title, and it makes no goddamn sense. It makes no fucking sense. You put the IWGP... okay, let's start with the IWGP Junior Tag Team Championships changed hands. Apparently, again, I do not speak... I speak 2 or 3 words of fucking Japanese. That is it. That is fucking it. But and there was no English commentary available, so what I'm trying to gather from this, it was a 4-way elimination match for the junior weight tag team championships. But it was more than just pinfall. It was like a semi-battle royal, because apparently, because I saw both Roppongi Vice and Red Dragon get eliminated by being thrown over the top rope, but yet they were going for pinfall. So this was some kind. Again, would probably help if I spoke Japanese and completely understood. So maybe somebody down here you can explain to me what the fuck's going on. I didn't like that they took the championships off of who the hell had Ricochet and Seidel. And put them on the Young Bucks, especially when the Young Bucks are already 2/3 of the never openweight 6-man championships. Okay, but whatever. Then we go. Then they put the IWGP Tag Team Championships on the Briscoe brothers, which I understand that both Ring of Honor, New Japan have got have got this working relationship. But to me, I was like, why are you taking the belts off the Guerrillas of Destiny song, especially when you're trying to build up the Bullet Club? I mean, they were specifically told, okay, add new members. So they got Adam Cole and Adam Page, and to avoid the confusion, they called him Hangman Page over there. And by the way, I will say this: Page had a great outing in Japan, in Osaka. Had a great outing because he got a lot of his shit in. He got that shooting star press off the ring apron. He even did this cool, even though the camera really didn't catch it, he did this cool, he bounced off the rope, went into the ring, did a somersault, bounced up, hit a lariat. That was pretty fucking badass. And he was out there 2 or 3 times, so he got his shit in. Had the fucking Hangman's noose. Now, I'm not trying to go off on a tangent on that. I'm not necessarily comfortable with the Hangman gimmick. And I'm not going to say anything about this is racial implications. I'm not one of those fucking social justice warrior pussies. No, I know what it is. It's a reference, it's a cowboy reference, Clint Eastwood, hang 'em high, I understand it, but I keep thinking with a fucking noose, an actual hangman's noose, there's way too much shit that can go wrong. I understand that it's loose and he can let go, and generally speaking, when you're getting that, you got your hands on the bottom of that noose and you go over the top, your feet touch, and then, oh my God, he's hanging me, he's choking me. Understand? God, I'm just, somebody fucks that up. Oof, it ain't gonna be pretty. Anyway, get back. I didn't agree with the decision to put the belts on the Briscoes, especially if they're not, if Ring of Honor had their own streaming thing, and it was to, hey, there's gonna be a rematch over in America, please, but I don't think anybody in Japan's going to buy the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. I think thing's going to be what, $30-$35 a pop. I don't think they're going to get. So I don't know, and I really didn't see any of the build. Was there any build up to that? Was there any build? Because I didn't notice any build up. It just kind of happened. It would just be like, I know a lot of people won't complain here, but that would just be like American Alpha shows up and they beat New Day for the WWE Tag Team Champions. It's like, okay, this is kind of cool, but you left a lot of money on the table. We have no idea why you did it. So, okay, so you had that. The ladder match, I like the ladder match. I just don't like the fact that they got the belt off Kenny Omega. And I'm not a Bullet Club mark. I'm not. By the way, I love that little fucking animation they did explaining to the Japanese fans the rules of a ladder match. They used that little cartoon. It was like something out of Mythbusters. That was one of the best fucking non-related. No, that was the best non-related segment of the evening. That was fucking awesome. I would have kept the belt on Omega because I really wanted to see Omega, Tanahashi. Now, and Elgin had the perfect out. He didn't have enough time to prepare, and I don't know if he's really ever done this before. And this is, he was a substitute. Because I really think he could have built that up. And you can have a little gimmick right now where Kenny Omega is the master of the ladder match, and he wrestles a series of ladder matches against people, and he's taking advantage of it because he's wrestled ladder matches where I don't know how many people in New Japan actually have. It's like, well, it's matches that they've never been in for, so he's obviously got the advantage because he's done it. So I would have gone with that idea, but no, they opted to take the belt off of him and put it on the substitute Michael Elgin. The biggest one, the one fucking title they should have switched, but they didn't, was the junior weight championship. Kushida Ospreay. And I thought, certainly, if they would have told me going into this, which one time do you think is going to jump? I would have picked this one straight off. I was like, yeah, it's time. Kushida can drop it. Ospreay's got a wave of popularity. He drew a lot of attention to the promotion with that match with Ricochet. I mean, it got buzz over here that's how big it was. I mean, you got huge buzz over here in the United States. It got so big to the point where New Japan's like, shit, too many people are fucking pirating this shit. So they put it on. They put the entire match on their YouTube channel and let everybody watch it for free. I mean, that's how big it got. And I'm like, okay, this guy is getting a lot of attention to New Japan. Kushida's been the champion for freaking forever. It's time. It's time. And they didn't. They didn't change it. I don't understand why. But nobody, I mean fucking nobody got fucked harder than Los Ingobernables de Japan. Nobody got fucked harder than them. They lost every goddamn match. And yeah, I understand the underlings losing because, they'd been, when they'd had like the tournaments, not tournaments, but it was during the Super Juniors tournaments. It wasn't part of the tournament, obviously, but they were doing like all these tag matches, these 6-man tag wars, and Los Ingobernables won like the majority of them. I think they won like all but like one. I think it was like the last one. And it was, these guys are going to get their comeuppance. I'm fully on board with these people getting their comeuppance, but okay, and I'm going to get to the ending in a second, but if the ending's going to end the way it does, you need to have Los Ingobernables win. They have to. Why? Because you want to keep the stable strong. You still want them to be a threat. But no, they had everybody fucking lose. And I thought, okay, well, if they have all these guys losing, maybe that's a surefire sign that Naito is going to win because, it's like, oh, no, these guys are vulnerable. These guys are vulnerable. Oh, man, the champion barely pulled. No. They switched. I mean, he dropped the goddamn belt to Okada. Now, I know, like, Dave Coco, he sleeps with, like, a blow-up doll of Okada. He's a huge Okada fan. He wears Okada pajamas. He, eats Okada cereal. He has his Okada backpack with his Okada lunchbox. I understand, his Okada shoes, his Okada notebook. I understand that, and Dave was huge on it. I think it was a waste. I really think it would have been a better story had Naito won, and then you force Okada to go through the G1 and win the tournament to get his rematch, and then you have Wrestle Kingdom 11, Naito versus Okada, and do the switch there. I really think that would have been a better storyline. And now some people are saying, well, Okada's the favorite to go into the G1 and win the G1 as the champion. And I know by the rules, at least what Dave told me, is that the champion wins, he gets to pick his opponent. And that is, I swear, oh, by the way, Okada, I swear to God, if you pick Tanahashi, I will buy a fucking plane ticket to Tokyo. I will fly the fuck over to Japan, break all kinds of fucking security, international laws, go through security, find you, slap you, then get the fuck back on the plane and come back over here to the U.S. Don't think I won't fucking do that shit. But they had Naito lose, which I don't know why. Am I going to say it's nepotism? No. Yes. Oh, yes. It was straight up fucking nepotism. I mean, Okada, it's no secret. He's buddies with Geto. Geto saw something in him, threw his lot in with him, and has just been on his coattails ever since. I think that's the only reason Okada's the champion right now is because Geto's his buddy. That is it. Because if you look back if you go back and watch that pay-per-view and you look at everything in that crowd, and I'm not making this up. Go back and look. I mean, it's just something I know. Virtually every other shirt in that crowd that you see when they do like pans to the audience, every other fucking shirt is Los Ingobernables. Every other fucking shirt. People, I mean, he got reaction from the crowd. They weren't bored with him, so it wasn't like something like, okay, we tried this experiment, it's not really working out, No, it was fucking working. I mean, when he switched over and became a heel, fans really got behind him. He sold merchandise. I mean, he was getting reaction. He was getting the reaction that they wanted. He was getting boos from the people, and that's what you fucking want because he's a fucking bad guy. But instead, they opted to put the belt on Okada, and I don't know where the hell they go from here. Then we're gonna fast forward over to WWE Money in the Bank, and I actually got a funny fucking story about that. I get up to go to work. Let's see, I was in at work about 5 a.m. Monday morning, and while I had like a minute, I logged onto my Facebook page, and when I did that, I saw like this like diatribe of goddamn nerd rage coming out of Sandy. Sammy was just like all up in arms. I'm like, what in the fuck happened? He's like, I'm canceling my subscription. I'm just out of WWE to at least fucking SummerSlam. It's fucking bullshit. And I'm like, what in the fuck happened? So I go, I go pull up the match results, and I see that Dean Ambrose walked out of Money in the Bank with with the championship. And I was like, oh, let me check out the rest of this pay-per-view here. Now, I'm going to be honest. I really did not care about this pay-per-view. I mean, I didn't care about the Golden Truth versus Breeze Dango. I didn't care about that. I didn't care about Apollo Crews versus Sheamus. Oh, by the way, if Apollo Crews fucking tanks in WWE, that's WWE's fucking fault because they set that motherfucker up for failure. Because he's a good guy, good athlete, good charisma, just needed some development, which is exactly what goddamn NXT's for. But no, Vince McMahon said wouldn't look at him, popped a boner, and said, no, call this guy up. So if he fails to go, and he got it, and he won with a schoolboy roll up. So sorry. All right, Coco's like pet peeve is no contract signings, no non-title matches. My pet peeves is fucking matches ending in fucking schoolboy roll-ups. If I'm ever a fucking promoter, I will be like, no, it is forbidden. No, we are not going to end it. You better find a different fucking finisher because we're not ending it on a fucking schoolboy ever. Anyway, New Day retained the tag team titles. What the fuck ever. And I know they tried to save it the next night, but still, I thought it was time. Maybe they're trying to set a record with them. I don't know, or maybe they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they want to do with the championships next. So they're just gonna keep it on until they figure it out. I don't know. I didn't watch that. I watched the Cena AJ Styles match. Now there was some criticism of this saying that Cena is still shaking off some ring rust because it's been about 7 months since he's been in the ring. I think, by the way, something was definitely off because, I mean, you could hear Cena calling spots. I'm dead serious. If you go back, he was way too close to the microphone, closest to the audience, because you could hear him call spots like, okay, sit down, do this. All right, now kick me. And I was like, shit, dude, I know it's been a while, but come on, man. And I think it was booked to be that way, because people were like, oh, no, he's clunky. No, I think it was booked to be that way because AJ said, well, I can wrestle circles around you, and for a while he literally wrestled circles around, and it was for the most part a good match to the very, very, very end because they just fucking had to give Cena the out. It looked like Cena was about to win. They knocked down the referee. Referee goes to the outside. In comes Gallows and Anderson. They hit the magic killer on Cena, throw AJ on top of skedaddle. Referee counts the 1, 2, 3, and oh no, this is a tainted win. And then they give AJ the out too because he really was out of it. He didn't order it. He didn't call for it. So maybe they're going to do a thing where he splits off from the club. Maybe they bring in Finn Balor to be the new leader of the club. And by the way, WWE, please work on that fucking name, please, dude. We here at ProWrestling.me will come up with a better goddamn name than the club. Anyway, but overall, no, that was actually a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed AJ Styles. I think, and I'm going to go out on a limb here. I may get some heat for this. I may not. I'm going to argue right now that AJ Styles, he is the best professional wrestler in the world right now. Like, if you took a snapshot right now, you just took a picture at this point in time, you just pulled out a camera, whatever, pulled out your phone, whatever the fuck you kids do nowadays, snapped a photo, and we were just like, okay, pause everything in time. AJ Styles is number one on that list. I would definitely put AJ Styles number one, best wrestler in the world right now. Now, it could change in 6 months, or it could change tomorrow, but for right now, it's AJ Styles. But overall, I enjoyed the match. Then we get to the Money in the Bank ladder match. I did like the fact that they went with 6 guys rather than 7, because they were going to go with 7 at one point. They were actually going to add Kalisto to the match, but they opted to keep him out. No, for the most part, it was an entertaining match. And again, things that drive me crazy with these ladder matches is that everybody, I think they did try to fix some of the pet peeves that I have with it. Is that, nobody went for the ladder right away. Nobody tried to just run up the ladder, and when people did, they were kind of hurt. They were trying to sell like a leg injury or an arm injury. They were exhausted. I like that just a little bit better. But I just can't stand it when somebody gets there, they reach up, like, here's the briefcase. I almost got, it's like, dude, go up one more goddamn rung. That's all you gotta fucking do. Just, there, you're fucking done. You can unhook it. Hell, I think they wasted an opportunity because to get the briefcase off, you actually have to reach up there and you have to unhook this clasp and pull it off. And I think they wasted an opportunity with that because because then it would make more sense because, okay, now I've got the briefcase. Now I've got to reach over here. I've got to unhook this clasp. But it's trickier than what it looks because you're 20 feet in the fucking air. And that way you can sell some drama. And then you can do a spot where somebody's got their hands on it. Somebody knocks the ladder out from under them and they're dangling from that hook. I think you could do that and get away with it. But I mean, just everybody always look. You've got to be careful how you do that because everybody looks ridiculous in these ladder matches. I know it's a Money in the Bank ladder match, but still, same premise. You look fucking ridiculous. If you can't climb a fucking ladder, if you've got somebody coming up, okay, they're coming up, they're going to come kick your ass, they're going to try to knock you off this ladder. Okay, well, you know what? Just take one step up, hurry up, get the briefcase off the clasp, and you're done. Okay, let them come up there. It doesn't make sense. By the way, some great spots by Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I hope they build up to like a final match at Mania. I would love to see just like they just keep building up over the summer, over the fall, over the winter. They maybe screw each other at the Royal Rumble, not literally, like they're doing really good in the Royal Rumble, but they just kind of like screw themselves out of it. And finally, the Authority steps in and says, you know what, we've fucking had enough of this. You two are going to separate brands, but before you go, you two are going to have one last match, and this is it. This is it. Once you have this match, you leave it all behind. You leave it all in the ring, because once this match is over, that's it. You two are done. You two will never wrestle each other again. You're going to separate brands. I don't care. Whatever. Get your asses over there. Get it all out of your system at Mania. And I think people would pay to see that. It's going to be the last match. And it probably won't be because they'll probably use the John Cena, Randy Orton logic. But I think that would work. Let's see. Ziggler, Corbin, didn't watch it. Didn't give a fuck. What else did I miss? I really don't care because I just went to the main event. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. By the way, Seth Rollins looked pretty good in the ring. You couldn't really, you could tell maybe just a little bit. He was about a step off for a while, but for the most part, he fell back into his rhythm. He had an amazing match. He gets the win, and then out comes Dean Ambrose, who won Money in the Bank, going to cash it in. It was all set up. He hits him from behind, cashes in his Money in the Bank contract right then and there. 9 seconds later, we've got a new champion. So we had two new champions in a span of like 60 seconds. It was amazing. Sammy, not a fan of Dean Ambrose. He hated it. Me, I liked it. I think it's kind of funny because a lot of people, including me, I'll fucking throw myself on there. I gave up on Ambrose. I was like, he loses virtually every fucking feud he's in. Hell, I think he might have even lost against Bray Wyatt. And that's sad when you lose against Bray Wyatt, the way he's being booked. But no, people were giving up on him. They were just like, whatever, he's not good. He's at the glass ceiling. They're not going to go any further. And he finally wins the big one here. He's the champion. To me, I guess it was kind of like a reboot almost for WWE, trying to get something to talk about. And who knows? But, hey, if that's because I know one of the things that WWE likes to do is they like to cool somebody off. And by the way, kids, I'm going to get to your questions in just a second. Let me finish up some stuff here. You're going to get, they like to cool them off. They like to cool them off where it's like, okay, they don't win. So finally when they win the championship out of nowhere, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. But, it's a big surprise. So, yeah, this was a big surprise. and they wanted to carry it over on Raw with an announcement that the former Shield will all face each other in a three-way at Battleground. But that was not before we found out that on Tuesday, June 21st, that WWE has suspended Roman Reigns for violation of the wellness policy. Now, they have not said this is not a work. From what they... Now, I'm reading some reports here. Let's see, from Meltzer, saying that WWE knew about this going into Money in the Bank. So it wasn't like they just got the results back like that morning. No, apparently they knew about it, and I don't know if this title change was part of it, part of the punishment, get the belt off him, because he's going to have to spend 30 days off there. But and if that's the case, why the hell are they promoting this three-way at Battleground now? If you want to use logic, his 30 days would be up exactly 3 days. 3 days before the pay-per-view, before Battleground. Battleground is on Sunday, July 24th. Roman Reigns' suspension would be up on Thursday, July 21st. So a good 3 days. So how could you promote this match? How could you promote this three-way when one of the guys isn't going to be there? He can't. I mean, they can't have him do stuff via satellite because this is a punishment. He's missing out on a lot of stuff here. Roman Reigns has, said mea culpa. It's like, no excuse. I own this. I apologize, which I think was a classy move. Now, some people are assuming it's steroids. I don't know if it's steroids because remember, I think it was Rose that got popped for Adderall. I mean, so just because you got busted for the wellness policy doesn't necessarily mean you were doing like an illegal substance. It doesn't mean like, it doesn't necessarily mean he was doing steroids or snorting coke or something. I mean, hell, he could have just, had some kind of fat. I mean, hell, that's what happened with Ricardo Rodriguez. He got busted for a fat burner. He was on a fat burner that wasn't approved and got popped for that. So I'm not, I'm just saying, let's just not jump to conclusions. Whatever he did, yeah, it was wrong, but let's not go, oh, steroids, or oh, no, it was heroin. Obviously, it was fucking heroin because he'd be the fattest fucking heroin addict ever. So, who knows what the hell that's going to be. So I want to see I kind of want to see how this plays out because they're going to have to get all their shit together because WWE is getting ready to go into the brand split. They're about to start doing a draft. It's gonna be, I don't know, it's gonna be interesting to say the least. But that's kind of like my 2 cents for the jar. So I want to thank everybody for joining us here. So let's go ahead and get your questions. Let me give shout outs first to the Wayne Foster Podcast, Ole Sammy Ole, Randy Soms. Who else is here? God damn it, my computer's being slow. Andy Paps. Hell yeah, it wouldn't be a show without fucking Andy Paps, man. I wonder if he's any relation to like Paps Blue Ribbon. I don't know, just a wild thought. All right, let's get your questions. Let's see. By the way, Wayne Foster, he likes my shirt. Yes, I got this shirt in with, if you'll go to ProWrestling.me and you go to blogs, I've been doing a series on those monthly subscription services. Basically you pay about, it depends on what service you get, but anywhere from $15 to like $30 a month, and you get like a mystery box in the mail every month. You open it up, and so this was one of the things that I got. I got this one from I think this was Pro Wrestling Crate. Yeah, I got this one from Pro Wrestling Crate. So, but if you want to see how I got this shirt and all the other stuff, go check out that. Go check out the blogs there on ProWrestling.me. So far, I have done 5. I've got the 6th box coming up and possibly the 7th coming up the month after that. So, good God, I thought it was just, I decided back in January, it's like, oh, maybe I'll give this thing a shot because I keep hearing so much about this, and I want to see what, the hype's all about, see if it's all cracked up. It's like, yeah, I'll just start reviewing them. Oh, Jesus Christ, here we are. I mean, we're almost in July. I'm not even done yet. Fuck me. But, oh, God, and another thing, my wife hates the fact that I keep getting these T-shirts. She keeps saying I got too many damn T-shirts. I mean, thanks to these subscription services, I basically got a brand new fucking wardrobe. So yeah, if you're looking for a fucking wardrobe of wrestling nerd shit, then yeah, go for those services. Okay. How about Corbin Ziggler's match number 5 million? Yeah. Feud of the year, he says jokingly. Wayne Foster, can you join you guys sometime in the future? Well, you need to talk to Coco on that one, Rain. So, Rain, I would suggest go ahead and make us, I guess, kind of make like a demo. Like you could review something. You know, it could be anything. It could be TNA. It could be WWE. It could be, hell, Lucha World Cup. Me and Sammy are talking about doing. Because here's my quick review of that. I loved the Lucha World Cup, maybe for all the wrong reasons, because God damn, that shit was fucking racist as fuck. And I'm from the deep south. And I'm like, whoa, guys, you want to throttle back on this shit just a little bit? Because there's two things that I learned. Well, the first thing I didn't learn, Mexico learned. The first thing I learned from the Lucha World Cup is one, or actually not me, but Mexico learned from the Lucha World Cup is one, El Jefe always wins. That's right. And I'm going to spoil it now. So if you don't want spoilers, I'm going to give you like a little warning here. So I'm warning you. So, you know, you hear about this shit, you can't complain. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to give a spoiler now to the Lucha World Cup. If you hear this and you get pissed, it's your fault. Team Lucha Underground wins. There was a little bit of shenanigans, but the team of Brian Cage, Johnny Mundo, and Chavo Guerrero Jr. Won it. Now, Lucha Underground was really well represented. They also had, on the other team was Dr. Wagner Jr., Pentagon Jr., and I think it was El Dragon Azteca Jr. I think that was who was on the thing, but it was pretty good. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting more like Lucha Underground. It was really fast paced, but no, this was it wasn't like what I thought it was going to be. I hated the women's tournament because there were only like 4 teams, and yeah, and plus a lot of it was just fucking bullshit. Like the women's team, oh, you could tell they fucking hated white people. Oh god damn, they hated fucking white people because they brought out like the American team, and they brought out the American team, and they're like, oh, you girls are fucking losing, and they're just like, what? And then they brought in the Canadian team, and they're like, you're losing too, gringos. Like, well, we're not gringos, we're Canadian. You know, we're a totally different country. You know, we're well above the United States. You know, I mean, some of us even speak French. Like French. The Mexicans were like, French, we hate the French. They're like the only army we kick the shit out of. That's why we celebrate Cinco de Mayo. So you're going to win a match, but that's it. Fuck you. And then it came down to this is the women's tournament. It came down to Team Mexico and Team Japan. And you could see Japan just like fucking wrestling goddamn circles around the Mexican, like the Apaches. It was Mary, Fabi, and Lady, Mary, and Fabi Apache. Oh Jesus Christ! I think it was Fabi. I think she hit like a Michinoku driver. That was like the coolest move she could fucking do, and that was the only decent move Team Mexico pulled out. Team Japan had like Aja Kong. She was there. Oh yeah, some of you may remember her. She was there. She was kicking ass. She was just like, okay, I've got a job for these motherfuckers. What the fuck ever. And that just one girl. I don't know who she was, but she had like this like kimono on me like the entire time. That girl was hot. I wanted her fucking number. We get to the men's. They brought out, on the Lucha World Cup, let's say they had all these Mexican teams. Then they had TNA's team. Then they had, oh man. And here's why I think it was fucking racist as fuck. Because here's what happened. When they brought out Team Lucha Underground, they played Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen. I'm not shitting you. That was their fucking intro music. I don't know if they fucking picked it or not, but it was like somebody in Mexico was like, oh shit, anybody know the song is like about America? And they're all staring around. They're like, oh fuck. They'd start Googling, and that's the only thing they knew. So they're like, okay. Then for Team TNA, they played the Stars and Stripes Forever. You know, bum, 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 bum. And I was just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And just when you think, and just like the Canadian women, they came out to, I think it was like Drake used to be at the bottom, but now I'm here. I came out to that. Then they brought out like all the fucking Mexican teams. Like, if we would have pulled this shit in the U.S., okay, like, it was like I think it was the Mexican Legends. They came out, I shit you not, I'm not making this up. They came out to these huge-ass sombreros and these fucking glow sticks and to mariachi music. And I was like, dude, if we pulled this shit here in the U.S., La Raza would be on the fucking phone. NAACP would be organizing a fucking like protest. There would be like mass boycotts, emails. I mean, my God, it was like, wow, this is racist as fuck. But overall, it was enjoyable. I was expecting more Lucha Underground. It was not like that because I thought, okay, certainly, this is the genuine thing. This is genuine Lucha Libre. Go out there and have some fun. And and for the most part, it was good, but it wasn't as wild and exciting as Lucha Underground. I guess that's what I'm going to try to say about the Lucha World Cup. But is it worth? It's only a couple of nights, so it's probably, if you need to kill some time this weekend, it's worth a look. You can find that on the interwebs. Just look up 2016. There's some also good things. You had Team Everyone Else, the Team Rest of the World, which is basically 2 Puerto Ricans and Rockstar Spud. And one of the Puerto Ricans was Mil Mortez. It was Mil Mortez, Apollo, who were Puerto Rican, and then Spud. Why? Because they couldn't find 3 Brits and they couldn't find 3 Puerto Ricans, so they're like, fuck it, we got 2 Puerto Ricans there, fuck it, Team Rest of the World, there you go. There was one funny thing where they had like a little battle royal and Spud eliminated himself because he went up against Akibono. Yeah, remember the same sumo wrestler that Big Show wrestled at Mania? Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he's actually dropped some weight. He actually looks pretty good. He couldn't eliminate him, so he's like, okay, you know what, fuck this, I'm out of here, and eliminated himself. But fun experience overall. And once Team Lucha Underground won, I mean, I couldn't understand a goddamn word he was saying, but Dario Cueto was talking to the audience, speaking to the audience in this Spanish. Now, bear in mind, Cueto is Spanish, not Mexican. That's 2 totally different things for those of you playing along at home. He was speaking Spanish, basically, from what I understand from people who told me, is he was saying that, real Lucha Libre is up in California, and it's in his temple. And people were, they pelted him with garbage. They pelted him with beer. Oh my God. But it's an okay. But anyway, Rain, sorry. Maybe I get off on little tangents here. If you want to join us in the future, here's what I would suggest you do. Okay, there's several ground rules. 1, you have to be over 18. This goes for anybody, by the way. If you want to join us, that's fine. That's fine. If you want to be part of the network here, that's fine. But here's some ground rules. 1, you have to be over 18. That's just, we don't want to get accused of exploiting somebody, put people out on the net, whatever. We don't want any lawsuits. 2, you have to be loyal to an idea, not a company or a wrestler. So you just can't defend TNA, for example, just for the sake of defending TNA. If something fucking sucks, you need to say it fucking sucks. If something's awesome, you need to say it's fucking awesome. Stick to your guns. And then 3, make a demo. It could be anything. You could review like an episode of Ring of Honor. You can review an episode of NXT. And just send us the link. Just send it to Coco. Just put it down here in the comment section of one of our videos. We'll get Coco to look at it, and then maybe he'll give you a tryout. He'll like bring you on. You can do like a Fave 5. So for example, you could do like your favorite 5 tag teams of all time. Just a simple show, and then kind of grow from there. So hopefully that answers your questions there, Rain. Rennie Psalms, hey Booms, you that Okada and the owner of New Japan were at the tapings for Lucha Underground last week. It's interesting because New Japan is alliance with CMLL and AAA rival. That's AAA's rivals. Okay, it looks like Okada was there to enjoy Lucha Underground. We wouldn't put it past. I wouldn't put it past him. I really. You know what? That is actually something I was talking about with Sammy the other day. I think we did when we did one of our Lucha Underground reviews. It was either like last week or the week before, but I talked about that. I said, I really wish they would bring some Japanese talent in there, because then the whole circle would be complete, because then you'd have Americans, Canadians, Mexicans, and then you bring in some Japanese. I mean, my God, that would be just unfucking-stoppable. Or maybe Okada's there as a guest. After all, Prince Puma also works for New Japan. That's a possibility, too. Boom's Ultima Lucha is 2 weeks away. You guys plan on reviewing the show in parts or just review the show as a whole? Ultima Lucha Dos is in 3 parts this year. I think we'll just review it as it comes. I think that's what we need to do. We just need to review it as it comes instead of holding back. That's how I'd like to do it. Of course, whatever. Coco wants to wait, which I don't know. It wouldn't make any sense for us to just sit there and wait. I think we would do the show more justice by breaking it down however it's presented. God, I hope it's 2 hours on all nights. Like 6 hours of Lucha Underground. Nah, that's something I can fucking get behind. All right, Booms. Cody Rhodes is looking to be wrestling soon in the Independence this year. Yeah, as soon as his 90-day no compete clause is up, yeah, he can wrestle. He's going to go. I think he's already booked. He's already booked with Kurt Angle in August. That's when his 90 days is up. He's also booked for Battle of Los Angeles. I know and this is what I liked about Cody Rhodes is he actually had a checklist. He made a list of things he liked to do and people he liked to wrestle, and right now he's already starting to check some of that shit off. So I love that so much. Much respect to Cody Rhodes. And like Damian Sandow, now he's wrestling. He's kind of doing the stunt double gimmick right now. But I think the rules are you can wrestle, but I don't think it can be televised or shown on the internet. Like if it's like a mom and pop promotion, but like he just couldn't show up in Ring of Honor right now. Let's see. Rain Foster, he gives Money in the Bank 6 out of 10. Okay. All right. Andy Paps gives Money in the Bank 5.5 out of 10. Roman Reigns is so strong he buried himself. Oh God! They're taking guesses of what Roman Reigns got busted for. It was cough syrup. Yeah, he drank too much. Chauncey Bullock with you? Oh no! What do you think about Cameron going to TNA and wrestling? Going to TNA and wrestling one day. If that's what she wants to do, then you know what? I wish her the best. I really do. I mean, she was just horrible. I don't think she had a passion or appreciation for wrestling. Maybe she can find it. Maybe she can find her groove. And if that's where she feels like she belongs and she can make it, then go for it. Let's see. Ryback for TNA champion. Hey, what's Ryborg doing in the Impact Zone? Booms. You think Lesnar will win his bout at UFC 200? What are your predictions for his fight? Honestly, I don't know. I know that Lesnar's built like a goddamn brick shithouse, but he's not been in the UFC game for a while. I know he's been training for this, but I don't know. What's the guy's name? I'm blanking right now on his opponent for UFC 200. That guy's a full-time UFC fighter. And I'm not saying that Lesnar's not a good athlete. I'm not saying he's not in shape, but this is Lesnar. He's been he works out and he's been doing this part-time wrestling gig. That's all he's really had to do. But this other guy, man, that's all he does. I mean, that's what he fucking does. He doesn't fucking go sack groceries at the Winn-Dixie, go wrestle, go fight somebody in a cage on the weekend and then go back to sacking groceries. No, that's what that guy fucking does. And I'm just thinking if this guy spent more time training, I think he's going to have an edge. I'm not saying he's going to win, but I'm just thinking he's got an edge. Andy Pap says Impact was actually good tonight. Surprise me, Booms. Can you see Omega getting a world title match soon? You talking about New Japan? Yes. Ring of Honor? Not now. Not now with Ring of Honor. I think Adam Cole will get that before Omega does. Andy Paps, baby, and Booms. The world will never know if I'm related to the blue. Oh, yeah, Andy Paps, the Paps Blue Ribbon. Only two types of people drink Pabst Blue Ribbon. It's either hipsters, 20-some-odd-year-old hipsters, and 40-year-old truckers. Which one are you? Can you see the Bullet Club sweep at the next Japan pay-per-view? I don't think I see him sweeping all the titles. I thought at several points they were going to do that, but no, they've never actually pulled the trigger with that. So Rain, you've actually reviewed the final WCW Nitro. Okay, we'll just send that review to Coco. Just put it down here in the comment section. We'll get or message Coco. Just send him a tweet. He's on Twitter, KocoSports at Twitter. or yeah, we're at KocoSports, KOCO Sports. Just send that to them, give them a check it out. July 11th, I'm making a run in with 3 of my friends at Tier 1 Wrestling. Andy, I know you're training to do wrestling, bro, but please, if you get somebody to fucking record this shit and put it on YouTube. I want to see it. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not patronizing. I mean this legitimately from the bottom of my heart, Andy. Please send me a copy of this whenever it happens and be like, hey, I'm the guy in the blue trunks or whatever fucking you're going to wear. Just let me know. It's like, I'm that guy, and just, I really seriously want to see that. So, whenever you do that, just, just record it, put it up on the fucking interwebs, and let me know where it is, because I want to watch it. Speaking of racism, Lucha Libre, this is from Ole Sammy Ole. There was a team called El Taliban in CMLL in the mid-2000s. Oh, yeah. Fuck. How would you book Bullet Club versus Los Ingobernables? Holy shit. Yeah, you know what? It comes to that. Yeah, I hope it comes to that, because that's just kind of like I would just deal with it as Bullet Club has the numbers game, but Los Ingobernables is, they're a little bit more, crafty. They're a little bit able to try to fight, play mind games. They try to, they pick their spots. They can't be, because you could have like, we're the Bullet Club. We run this place. And we're like, we're Los Ingobernables. We're ungovernable. We don't play by your fucking rules. And just let them go. I would just book like a series of dream matches. You couldn't do it all in one night. You would have to do like a whole feud where you would have to have some tag, some singles, and then I would probably end it with just a big blowout. Either you need to add some more members of Los Ingobernables, like you can bring in Jay Lethal or something, or maybe some of the guys in from Mexico if you want to even up the odds. Actually, no, the Mexico deal actually sounds pretty good. Bring that in, you would have a squad on squad, elimination match, almost like a War Games. Job out to the Bullet Club B team to Sonata and Bushi. Chase Owens loses and Adam Page loses, but Kenny Omega beats Naito. Yeah, I can see something like that happening. 5-way tag Omega, Omega, the Bucks, Cole, and Fale versus Naito, Evil, Bushi, Lethal, and Sonata. Yeah, I like that idea. Book it. Lucha Libre has great entrances. That's nothing booms. Check out the Triple Mania anniversary shows. I will. I think it was at CMLL. I think they had Laparca. He went out there with like a Michael Jackson impersonator and danced with him for like a few seconds. So yeah, I know a little bit. I don't know much about Lucha Libre. The only things I know about Lucha Libre is what I've learned from Lucha Underground, which has actually made me fall in love with it. Want to learn more about it. So I guess it's mission accomplished for them. And I know it's a lot of. It's all AAA, and CMLL's got their own thing going. Cody Hall, Takahashi, and the Gorillas of Destiny Page run in. Chase Owens is a part timer. Yeah, yes, he is. That guy rides fucking coattails. It's out right now. That's what I love about your internet inventory. You're already booking that feud. I love you guys. Wow, apparently there are also some people pissed off about what basically TNA is telling their fans to fuck off and watch via Twitter. So that's kind of a dick move if that's true. I have to go look that up just a second. Well, ECW be back on TV. WWE versus WWE. I'm not sure what you mean there, Chauncey. Okay, hush. Okay, so Andy's got something cooking there, so everybody watch that. So we'll have to check that out. So good luck to you there, Andy. If there's any more questions, of course, we'll get them answered. Let's see here. Good God, we got a lot of stuff going on. Let's see. I guess I'm going to have to go ahead and wrap it up now. I'm going to tell everybody to like and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We've got some more reviews coming. We're going to have to review NXT. Ring of Honor's got a pay-per-view coming up. TNA just wrapped up a show, and so we'll have to get that reviewed. Of course, Lucha Underground as they build up to Ultima Lucha 2, Lucha Harder. And then, of course, we'll start all over again with Monday Night Raw. If you want to check out this past Monday Night Raw review, I think LK's got that up. He got that review up. Whew, he was bitter about that. He was not happy with that Raw. Of course, we've got our thoughts on Dominion and Money in the Bank, so check that out. The Rain Foster podcast wants to know: do you ever plan on reviewing classic Raws Nitro? Actually, LK's been doing that. He does some retro reviews, and if you're really a big fan of retro reviews, I would really suggest you check out our buddy Wrestling Rantin'. He does that. I think he's either about the same age as me, or me and Coco, or maybe just slightly older. I mean, barely older than us. He reviews a lot of classic stuff. So if you're a big fan of that, I would suggest you check out Wrestling Rantin'. He's much more talented than us. Will Global Force Wrestling be on TV? That's from Chauncey Bullock. No. From what I understand, they've got shows in the can, but nobody to pick them up. I think Global Force Wrestling, for me, my breaking point with them was when they teamed up with this German company. It was basically like this pyramid scheme. They called it Gold Carrots. It was like a gold trading thing. It was one of those. The only way for you to make money was basically you get in, somebody gets you in, and then you have to recruit other people to help sell this gold. So it just kind of trickles down to like a big Ponzi scheme. Once that happened, I was like, no, I'm fucking done with you, Jeff. I'm fucking done. Go eat a fucking bag of dicks. So, that's it. But anyway, you know what? Let's just go ahead and call it a night. I got to get some sleep. I'll be back tomorrow. So this is Boom Boom, and for the rest of the Coco crew saying the boom just went bang, and I am out.